In a news conference today on Trump's 99th day in office, the White House informed the world of more raids of illegal immigrants committing or preparing to commit a ton of crimes, among other nationally coordinated raids this weekend. Now, over 100 were rolled up in possession of drugs and guns in a Colorado nightclub. I mean, this is crazy. Get this. There were over a dozen active duty military members inside and even allegedly running security for the club, too. And Tom Homan, God bless him, he didn't hold back, especially when he spoke about the judges being arrested.
But when you cross that line, I've said this 1,000 times, when you cross that line to impediment or knowingly harboring, concealing an illegal alien from ICE, you will be prosecuted.
Yep, that checks out. And then this is exactly what I voted for, by the way, because they knew the media after that press conference was going to run back to the cameras, try to spin this as a bad thing, and in perhaps the greatest troll move of my lifetime, Trump's staff put signs up behind the reporter row. Look, you can see them right there in the background. Okay, they're on the White House lawn in the media row, and they were forced to stand in front of these and do their media hits from there that showed mugshots of these criminal, illegal aliens and all their charges. Rape, drugs, murder, whatever. I mean, good. The media has tried to ignore this forever. They refuse to call these people illegal. They, have gang members they're calling them Maryland dads, and they've buried statistics or refused to report it at all, which is just as bad. I mean, for Pete's sake, remember this one?
The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs.
You people are the worst. And while these raids were being carried out on the people they refuse to admit are a problem, all these reporters, they were all gathering in Washington, D.C. for the White House Correspondents' Dinner to pat themselves on the back. I did not go to this thing on purpose, okay? Knowing how fake these people are, too, I really have a deep knowledge of how not connected to reality most of these people are. Even I was surprised at some of the things that were said.
Sometimes we think we know everything, but we're also human. We miss our families and significant life moments in service to this job. We care deeply about accuracy and take seriously the heavy responsibility of being stewards of the public's trust. What we are not is the opposition. What we are not is the enemy of the people, and what we are not is the enemy of the state.
Oh, you miss your families. That's called a job. Welcome to the real world, dude. And you don't care about getting the story right. You only care if you can get away with it or not. You are the problem. I mean, and that clip goes on, and they're all standing there clapping yay! It's unbelievable. The fact that you will stand there in that very weird outfit and give a speech saying, no, we're not the problem. You peasants are the problem. You should think like us and listen to us. Let us be the arbiters of truth. That tells me everything I need to know about why I didn't have to go there this weekend. I've had plenty of stuff to do at my farm. People who are not enemies of the state and not enemies of the public, you know what they don't have to do? They don't have to go around telling people that they're not enemies of the public. These people, these journalists that were there, they live in a bubble. They believe in this alternative reality. And if you don't believe me, if you think for just 5 seconds that there might be a shred of integrity in any of these folks, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the dumbest award of the night.
A correspondent who personifies the journalistic excellence and personal qualities of Aldo Beckman. Impartiality, integrity, and a deep knowledge of the presidency. This year's award goes to Alex Thompson of Axios.
I have a lot of thank yous.
The same people who spent 5 years covering up Biden's cognitive decline are now giving each other awards. I mean, Jake Tapper's writing a book about it at the White House Correspondents' Dinner for finally admitting that there was a cognitive decline only after he flopped in a debate. Sick. Cool story, bro. Because Axios, that same guy, his publication, the same publication was saying Biden was totally fine right before that debate. and they didn't question it. They knew months before, they knew years before, and anyone like me or you who said that Biden was on his way down and he was not mentally capable, we were called some crazy conspiracy theorists. According to these people, everyone on the left, covered this up, especially the media. And now they're giving an award to some guy for having the courage to call it out after they couldn't cover it up anymore. Pound sand. Find some other fool. You do not hate these people enough. Oh, Carl, they're just people with opposing views. You should respect that as a journalist. First off, don't call me a journalist, Jack. And if you need more proof, also this weekend at the Pope's funeral. Guys, I don't even have to go back more than 48 hours. This was the headline. The Vatican asked Pope Francis' funeral attendees to wear all black. Trump wore a blue suit. As you can see, they had it tightly zoomed, pictures like 10 or 12 people around him. But if you zoom out and take a picture of everybody who was there, it turns out there's a lot of people wearing blue suits, blue shawls, blue ties, blue whatever. Again, this is the group of people saying that, oh, we're not the opposition. You are the opposition. You are the enemy of this current state because you will go out of your way to omit all the evidence that's right in front of your face to make your story. In a court of law, that's illegal, by the way. You clip things, you tell half-truths, you even lie. Anything you can do to make Donald Trump look bad. Could you imagine for 5 seconds that if you guys could possibly be wrong about something? Maybe you should consider your standpoint. Maybe we're right and you're wrong. I mean, didn't this election tell you that? This is my thing with the left. None of their policies work, yet they believe all the same stupid stuff. Their school districts are the worst scoring in the nation. In their cities, they have the most gun control and yet the highest gun crime. Their cities and states have the highest taxes, yet the most homelessness, drugs, and poverty. The top states that people are getting the F out of are from Democrat-led cities and states. And the top states that people are fleeing to are Republican. Democrats have a philosophy, and Reagan identified it. If it moves, tax it. If it keeps moving, regulate it. If it stops moving, subsidize it. Nailed it. And how's that working out for you Democrats and all your policies and all your cities and all your people and your noodle-armed heads of state? Yet our media, those guys from the White House Correspondents, which the White House totally blew off, by the way, I find that hilarious, overwhelmingly covers Republicans negatively and Democrats positively. Media Research Center. I love these guys. They just came out and showed that they have covered Trump 92% negative. Biden left the borders wide open. People dying of fentanyl, getting raped, murdered by illegals. No problem. Slobbering love affair with that guy. Trump shuts down the border, actually saves Americans. No, that's bad, apparently. Biden prints $7 trillion, spikes inflation. No one can afford groceries. Prices go up by 50% on the shelf. And yet it comes down 1%, at 0.16. Okay. 16 cents, 1%. Oh, look at how great a job Biden's doing. You guys are the enemy of the people. You support everything that hurts us and then tell us, me, normal people, that we're stupid for thinking the way we are while you give yourself awards for it. Unbelievable.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.